Hey everybody, Doug8798 here. This is my rant and review on Disney XD. I'll do Disney Channel rant later. Right now I'm gonna start off with the sister channel, Disney XD, which is pretty much been the replacement of the much superior to Disney since 2009, and it's pretty much the guy version of Disney Channel. It has the same crappy sitcoms as the current Disney Channel, only with guys as the main characters on this channel. I'm not going to talk about shows. I'm only going to talk about the shows I've watched and somewhat care about. But shows such as Kick Buttowski, Kid versus Cat, and Jimmy the Two Shoes, I am not going to talk about because, in my opinion, those shows do not interest me in the bit. I only saw bits and pieces of them, and they didn't seem to be that good, and I just really don't care for them. Shows such as Phineas and Ferb and Fish Hooks, I'm going to wait till I do a rant on the main channel to talk about those shows. With that being said, the first show I'm going to talk about is Pair of Kings, which stars Sebastian Shaw from Tyler Perry's House of Pain and Mitchell Musso from Hannah Montana. And I must say, this show sucks. It is boring. It's not funny. How is this show filmed in front of a live studio audience? It must be a recorded audience, because this show, like I said, is not funny. It's boring, and it's stupid and cheesy. The show is pretty much about these two kids, Brady and Broomer, who are hires to a special throne in a place called Kiko. Oh, and they were also raised as twins. Yeah, a black guy and a white guy raised as twins. Like I said, this show is horrible. And then, according to Wikipedia, Mitchell Musso got arrested for DUI and got replaced with actor Adam Hicks from another Disney XD sitcom, Zeke and Luther. And the show was even worse. I saw one episode with him in it, and the show was even worse than it is. And I think that could be possible because it already stinks as bad with Shaw and Mitchell Musso. Mitchell Musso and Shaw were way more funny in Hannah Montana, Sweet Life on Deck, and Tyler Perry's House of Pain, respectively, than they were in this show. This show is stupid, cheesy, and just not funny. Yeah. Next show. Oh yes, the next show, Lab Rats. This show right here, not only is it garbage, it is as crappy as the first show I was talking about, it's overrated. This show right here, Lab Rats, is the most watched Disney Channel show of all time. Is the most watched Disney Channel show of all time. How? Just because Tyler James Smith's brother, Tyler James Smith, the guy who played Chris on Everybody Hates Chris, just because his brother is in this show and just because he guest starred in one episode does not make this series good. I guess that's the only reason it has ratings. But just because they're in it does not make this series good. They're the only two good things about this show, that and the mom, because they're the only characters who are not either stupid and who are not even stupid, dumb, or annoying, or a combination of the three, and that's the other three characters. This show is pretty much about, from what I've seen in the 2 episodes I tried to watch, it is pretty much about these superhero scientists in a lab inside Tyler James Smith, the guy who played Chris on Everybody Hates Chris's brother, basement. That's the plot of the show. These superhero scientists have a lab in this guy's basement. Like I said, this show is stupid, cheesy, and everybody except for the mother and Tyler James Smith's brother are annoying. How is this show the most watched show on Disney Channel? On Disney XD? Next show I'm going to talk about is one of the only shows I actually surprisingly like on this channel, and that's Kicking It. This show stars Jason Earls from Hannah Montana, Jackson from Hannah Montana. He plays a character named Rudy, and he runs a martial arts dojo. And in the first episode, a new guy named Jack a new guy named Jack joins the dojo, and Rudy and he fights in a tournament. And him and several other students fight in a tournament to keep their dojo alive. Like I said, this is the only good show right here. It's pretty much about kids' daily lives practicing karate and their daily lives at school. An actual relatable show, an actually relatable, interesting show that is very different from the norm. Sure, this show is kind of crappy at times. They try too hard to be funny at times, and some of the subplots usually involving the character Rudy, Jason Earls' character are usually stupid. But this right here is one of the better shows. The next show I'm going to talk about is the second, probably the best show on Disney XD, and that's The Ultimate Spider-Man. The Ultimate Spider-Man, while I do have problems with the show, I actually like this show. The only problems I have with this show is what I consider the poor attempts at being funny. Like in one episode of The Ultimate Spider-Man, one episode with Venom, you had this awesome fight between Spider-Man and Venom. Then out of nowhere, they try to do this video game gag where Spider-Man and Venom are fighting like in a fight video game, and it was just stupid. So yeah, this is a good show, but also the writing is a combination of good and bad. But this right here is the best show on Disney XD with the original Marvel's Avengers being canceled, and I heard they're making a new one. I'll give my thoughts on that when I see it. And like I said, all the other shows, there are other shows, but I'm not going to talk much. I don't really want to talk much about them. But with that being said, people, Disney XD sucks. Apart from those two shows I just named, and apart from the Avengers show and the new Max Steel show coming sometime this year. For those of you who don't know, Max Steel was a CGI animated series in the early 2000s. A remake of that series is coming sometime this year. But apart from the two shows I just said, Kicking It and Ultimate Spider-Man, and the new Avengers cartoon and that cartoon, this channel sucks. It is boring. It is boring crap. It is one of the worst children's channels on TV. It's a crappier version of ABC Family, just like the regular Disney Channel. Its only redeeming factor is that it is slightly better than Disney Channel. But that's like saying yesterday's dump was better than today's dump. It's still shit. But yeah, this was my rant on Disney XD. I'll do another rant on Disney Channel later. Alright, Doug8798 out.